What's up, guys? It's your boy Benny. This morning we woke up to a trending Twitter topic: George Soros dead. So we thought we'd investigate, and it is our obligation to bring you good news and bad news and important news. And so we bring you, ladies and gentlemen, the story of George Soros not dying. George Soros is 92 years old. He is very old. So the news this morning is completely and totally fake. George Soros is not dead. Financier alive and healthy despite internet rumors of death. Bizarre rumor that George Soros died began trending on Twitter overnight. A bizarre rumor that George Soros has died began trending on Twitter overnight despite the fake story coming from an account with just a few followers. It said that the 92-year-old had died. The reason why it went viral is because George Soros has used his wealth to reshape America into his horrible, cancerous, communist, liberal vision of America by spending $40 million to elect liberal officials throughout the country that have caused great hell on the country. Ladies and gentlemen, here is a little map here of just some of the Soros prosecutors who he has put in office, including some of the wonderful places like Philadelphia, Baltimore, Chicago, St. Louis, all these places you'd like to live. Now, why would anybody trust this man with their future? Well, the Democratic Party sure as hell has. George Soros is the #1 donor to the Democrat Party, even though George Soros bets against the American dollar. Even though George Soros bets against your personal safety. George Soros bets against your very life in places like Chicago, New York City, St. Louis, you can see here in LA, essentially everywhere. This is in Texas, just unbelievable. Anywhere where life is hell and where there is no prosecution of crime is a place where George Soros has presumably appointed or gotten elected a district attorney who is, the way that this works is they're the persons who bring the charges against the criminals or decide not to bring the charges against the criminals. A George Soros appointed district attorney, Kim Gardner, actually was able to resign, was forced to resign last week in the state of Missouri, St. Louis specifically, because she hadn't brought thousands of cases. She just doesn't show up. Just doesn't show up. Didn't show up in court. What does that mean? Well, it means hell for the people living, and I'm sure there's a lot of people who would very much be happy if George Soros, well, didn't have that kind of power and didn't ruin great American cities like Chicago. I love Chicago. Big fan of Chicago. So why did this news ping-pong ball around the internet? Well, because George Soros has used his fortune in hedge funds that, I mean, just strip mine countries like ours, to fund his Open Society Foundation, which is exactly what it sounds like, calling for an open society with no borders, with no nationality, pure globalist hegemony here. Now, Democrats love this kind of crap. They love it. They're obsessed with it. No borders, no nationality, global currency, global citizenry, full, total authoritarian state. That is what George Soros is in favor of, and the left just cozies right up against it like a warm blanket on a winter's night. Soros, a Hungarian-born businessman, has been criticized for throwing millions behind woke district attorneys who support a leftist agenda. The billionaire's DAs have stripped away bail laws and opted to forego prosecuting crimes like theft, reckless driving, effectively giving criminals a free pass to terrorize. And what does that create? It creates anarcho-tyranny. I mean, it creates a system. It creates a system that where like you just have societal collapse, where the criminals like now are in charge. It's literally terrorism, not terrorism by a different name. Literally terrorism. Why is George Soros dead? Trending on Twitter last night. A Twitter account, Politics for All Ireland, which had 3 followers, tweeted that George Soros had died. The tweet was viewed by lots of people. However, George Soros and his spokespeople has confirmed that George Soros did not die. A spokesperson for Open Society Foundation said that George Soros is alive and well. Rumors on social media that he suffered a heart attack and died are false. George Soros has had rumors of him dying before. George Soros is not necessarily a very popular person. George Soros tweeted, "Rumors that I had a heart attack are completely false. I'm alive and healthy." Oh, okay. I sent him a GIF of the emperor cackling. Can't have a heart attack without no heart. You stole that from me. Way to ruin the party, Soros. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are looking at a situation here where George Soros is tweeting about not dying, but he is using Elon Musk's platform, even though he has divested all money from Elon Musk's and has effectively turned on the world's foremost purveyor of free speech. George Soros cut ties with Elon Musk. George Soros, known for his bold investments, has severed connections to Elon Musk. Soros had previously invested in Tesla. He had a significant stake, probably gained him a lot of money, but recently he sold off all of his shares. This move comes amidst a growing concern over Musk's controversial, erratic tweets. While Soros praised Musk's entrepreneurial spirit and innovation in the past, he now questions his leadership because he's not part of the globalist cabal. In Soros' concern about Tesla's stability, really the reason for the decision, or did Soros sell his stake in response to Elon's anti-establishment narrative? Well, obviously the latter. Remember Elon's tweet that he deleted earlier this year showing billionaire simps telling Elon to F off, but sucking George Soros' foot. How about Elon's reply to a tweet highlighting Soros' donation to New York City District Attorney Alvin Bragg? No matter the reason behind the decision, it serves as an important reminder that free speech is a process with many obstacles along the way. Recent censorship concerns about Turkey is one such example. Soros' decision serves as a cautionary tale for both investors and Musk himself, highlighting the tightrope that must be walked in running a business. So Twitter community notes highlighted that he has also cut investments in the EV space such as Rivian and Ford. Ford has gone almost completely electric. Rivian is another competing electric car company. So Soros gonna Soros, baby. But it is our obligation to report to you on the trending topics. And George Soros here tweeting, "Although the attack from the Jedi have left me deformed, it is now time for emergency powers to be vested into me, the Emperor." Ladies and gentlemen, there's the news. It's your boy Benny. Like, share, and subscribe. Hoping for a George Soros-free society. That's what we would call an actual open society. See ya.